I don't know what happened, but I guess we will be doing part two. This is part two. But what I'll do is I'll pick up from the last question. It was the BG Homegrown asks, Peace, would you recommend reading Message to the Black Man in America to everybody? And the answer is yes. When a book contains truth, when there's truth, truth is for everybody. So the book says Message to the Black Man in America. Absolutely. But the truth in it is for everybody because your truth can help me and my truth can help you. So it's all about how you take it in because some people don't want to hear the truth in certain cases because it acts as a hard medicine to swallow because guilt kicks in because sometimes those truths expose or reveal some of the actions that individuals have carried out against other individuals. And instead of just saying, well, you know what it is, how do we fix it? How do I fix it? It's like I'm in denial of it and I don't want to hear it. So I deny it, I denounce it, and anything else you can do to it. But yeah, the book is for everybody. Absolutely. Black, white, green, purple, or orange. Um, Lorenzo San Miguel. Man, your question long, Lorenzo. Hold on. Hold on. That's a long question, bro. Let me get to the meat. From your perspective, K-Rino, what are some general beneficial point of views you've created throughout your life to help you get a better understanding of your growth towards being the human you want to be? Um, I've never created a point of view. As you live and experience, I think that you come into contact with certain point of views and philosophies and you subscribe to them, you adopt them, you agree with them, and they become a part of who you are and how you move. Um, but I can never say that I created a point of view. Um, so, with that being said, those particular things that I've experienced in my life, bodies of knowledge that I've come under, have shaped me and I'm still not the human being that I want to be. So, like you said in your question, you're growing towards that, but it's an everyday fight. Um, it never ends. You never reach that perfected state. And when you think that you have reached that perfected state, then the only thing you have perfected is becoming a fool because nobody gets there like that. Let me see. Let me keep going. Number 7. What do you think about NASA? They lie a lot. What do you think they're hiding? I don't know. A whole lot of people lie a lot. Um, you would have to be more specific in terms. I know what probably where you're going because a lot of flat Earth people are like NASA's lying. They doctored up the globe. You know, I know about all that, but I mean, I don't know. You also asked, do you eat meat? What's your view on a plant-based diet? I kind of covered that in part one. I only eat fish, certain types of fish, and I don't have anything against a plant-based diet. We are not created to even eat meat, to consume flesh. So plants, basically fruits and vegetables, are what we should be taking in anyway, primarily or exclusively. We just ain't graduated to that level yet. And 16 years old, man, and you ain't ate meat in 2 years. I wish I was getting down like that at 16. I said that in one of my new songs. If I knew then what I knew now, boy, that applies to a bunch of parts of my life, man. Let me see. Mm, Keep going. I'm just scrolling, man. I already answered that one. Oscar Mesa, shout out. If I don't answer your question, I'll at least shout you out. Greek Kane. Um, Young, rugged, and raw. What actually means being lyrical and having flow and rap? I always hear mixed opinions. I want to hear yours. Being lyrical to me, this is my opinion. Being lyrical just means being able to write advanced, intricate rhyme patterns, um, deep, clever word play, and put that together in a way that it all makes sense. That's being lyrical. It's not necessarily about being deep. Some people say it's man, he's not deep, so he's not lyrical. He doesn't use big words. He's not lyrical. Being lyrical is not always about the usage of big words either. So no, it's just about being able to put it together in a clever manner and basically manipulate the words and create patterns that are unique, but at the same time within that pattern, within that bracket, are words that totally make sense. You know, that's the key. Having flow. Flow is more uh, the delivery, riding the beat, how you ride the beat, the pattern as well. That's the flow. Because a lot of artists, a lot of rappers can get away with not being really great lyrically because they have a great flow. So he riding that beat and everybody's into it, but he really ain't saying nothing. But I mean, it works. Because you got some people that are lyrical that can't ride the beat. They just rambling off a bunch of lyrics. So, I mean, I've been accused of all of that. So, you know, it is what it is. Depending on what you like. Brainwashed, commercialized hip hop is dead. He asked, do you believe dinosaurs ever existed? No. Um, then he said, do you believe we live on a spinning ball flying through infinite space at unimaginable speeds? No, I believe we live on a spinning ball flying through space at imaginable speeds, recorded speeds. You know, the Earth travels at 1,037 to third miles per hour as it's spinning, traveling around the sun. So flat earthers, y'all come on. I know y'all already know all that. Y'all got eyes lit up when I said that. Okay, I'm gonna make that flat earther song too, man. But I ain't gonna dish y'all. I'm gonna give y'all equal ground. I mean, hey, let me ask y'all a question. Why do flat earthers be what man look, I ain't got no beef with y'all, man. I ain't got no beef. Why do flat earthers be so adamant about making you be a flat earth or go study? You should really check it out. I mean, they be adamant. I mean, what is it? Some kind of spell on y'all, man. Man, the flat earther was in my email one time. He was like, he got mad because I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. And he just kept coming back with paragraphs this thick. You just gonna make me be a flat? No, man, I'm good. More power to you. There are bigger issues that are important to me, whether or not if the earth is round or if it's flat. I have my belief. But I'm more concerned with killing going on in my neighborhoods. I'm more concerned with dope in my streets, you know, things of that nature. I'm more concerned with making sure that our communities are safe and that our people are being uh, taken out of the condition that we've been placed in. I ain't finna argue with you about that. Let me stop before I get mad. But do your thing though. Is K Water your only brother? What up, Josh Thorpe? Nah, man, K Water's not my only brother. K Water actually has a twin brother, and he's a twin. I have another brother, a couple of brothers, Kyrie, Kegel. You know, those are my brothers, man. I got sisters, all on my dad's side. I'm the only child on my mama's side. How you say your name, man? Amendum, Amenandum, N Amenandum X. K-Rino and Cannabis should do a collaboration album. Um, Number two pencil one. What are your top 3 favorite lines from yourself? Top 3, I can't think of 3 off the dome. One of my favorite little bar patterns that I ever made. Um, when I come, I won't be seen exclusively. I'll be in a group of 3. The dude you see, the man I used to be, and the future me. I love that line. That's one of my favorite lines, but I can't think of no other. Joe Levesque, are you Christian? No, sir, I'm not Christian. I grew up as a Christian. I grew up in the Christian church. My mother, my grandmother, uh, all grew up, raised us up in the Christian church with good Christian values. And that was the foundation of my spirituality. That was the foundation of my belief in a higher power. But later on in my early years, I converted to Islam. But that never detracted or took away my love for the Christian church, because there's a lot of good in it if you find the right ones and find the right people and pastors who are truly striving, just like all of us are striving, imperfectly. But nah. Let me see. What up, CDL29, my boy? Let me see. Try not to read questions that I've already answered before. Shout out to Benjamin Kuti. Vale, what's up, man? Vale said, are you going to release any vinyl copies of your album someday? I have. I did a vinyl a couple of years ago from the Big 7. We did a limited release. And why don't you let Dopey produce more stuff? He's dope with the beats. Yeah, man, Dopey is a genius, man. You know, Dope created our sound. Him and Egypt E, they created the South Park sound. So, I mean, you know, of course, if Dope called me tomorrow and said, I got some beats for you, I'm be like, yeah, let's do it. Kobe Jenkins, what's your favorite album you've ever done? Mine is Fear No Evil. Fear No Evil used to be my favorite till I did Annihilation of the Evil Machine. And it's a couple of albums that's starting to catch up on Annihilation, but so far Annihilation's still holding the top spot. Screwed Up for Life. Okay, now I already answered these questions. Let's see. Kiana BBY Bo. Love you, K-Rino. You saved my life. God saved your life, sister. By the songs you rap. Thank you. I appreciate that love. Joseph, any chance you can do a show in Las Vegas or Reno? Yeah, man. Get K-Rino to Reno. But I'm not going to the casino. Yeah, I love to come to Las Vegas, man. Set it up. You know my motto, make it happen. Get with them promoters out there. Shout out. Game Over says, ever hear of government-funded organized gang stalking? Also, have you seen the targeted individuals all over? I don't know what to say. Okay. Yeah, of course. Government-funded organized gang stalking. Right here in the city of Houston, there was a gang injunction a couple of years back where they listed a bunch of so-called gang members, and they set out to remove them from their own neighborhoods and laid it out to where they would be arrested if they were ever to come back into those neighborhoods. A lot of the community activists sprung into action and got that gang injunction lifted. And but on the same token, there were meetings with those individuals who were accused of being gang members to kind of let them know, hey man, look, while y'all out here targeting each other, there is a higher power targeting you. So we just fighting every day, man, to try to get our minds right and get our minds in line with what we really need to be doing instead of out here on this craziness. But absolutely, the government is the real gang. What bigger gang is there than the government? So while they stalking the gangs, it's a God stalking them. Let me see. Triple OG Darkness, when are you going to do a show in LA or OC, California? I mean, whenever, man. Orange County, LA, one love, man. Come get me. Come get me. Bankhead, much love. What is that? ID Yepis. ID Yepis. What do you think about SPM? I know you shout him out and doing bad. SPM, that was my guy back in the days, man. I watched him build up from literally nothing, selling cassette tapes out of the trunk of his car, all the way up to signing a $30 million record deal. So you talk about self-made, man. Now regardless of whatever opinions people may have about him and other aspects, that's not your place to judge. So, yeah. How do I pay more for the album? It's worth more. You ain't gotta pay me no more, man. Just pay what it costs, bro. I appreciate the love. Dan Hearn says, "Where is Dopey? Did he ever release his album called Bomb?" Dopey is an Austin man doing his thing, still making killer tracks. I answered the "Where's KB" question already. I answered that one. Let me see. Just keep going. We're gonna scroll down, man. We're gonna get to the end of this. William Maxwell. Appreciate the way you always drop high material. Thank you, bro. Um, is where did the Sorcerer Saga come from? And how did you put it together so cold like that? God is great. At the end of the day, shout out to the homie DJ Crew. He made the Sorcerer's Den beat. Well, he made the beat that would become the song The Sorcerer's Den. And I was laying in bed one day and the idea just came, man. I wasn't watching nothing on TV. I don't know where the idea just came, and it flowed so good with that track. And I didn't know that I would continue the storyline as far as I did, but it was a blessing, man. Some things you can't explain. It just organically comes together, and that was one of them. What does the wizard have up his sleeve, man? Just more music, man. Long as y'all mess with me, I'm rocking. Real hip hop head. Do you have interest in different world cultures? Do you consider yourself a historian? Yeah, to both of those questions. I love different world cultures. I love to travel and see different parts of the world and different lifestyles and how they live and do their thing as opposed to how we do it. And I absolutely consider myself, I love history. I wouldn't say I'm a historian, like I'm just immersed into it, but I love history. History was always a favorite subject of mine. So definitely, man, in history get a game up. People can't lie when them history books get brought out on them, unless the books have been altered. Let me see. Silent Assassin, do you remember the punchlines between you and Nip when you was battling each other? I don't remember nothing I said, but I do remember Nip telling me that he was gonna snatch a vein out my arm and use it as a shoestring. I remember that. That line I remember vividly, cause I was battling and I had to catch myself from going ooh when he said that, because I was the one he was saying it to. But yeah. Could you explain what happened between you, Joe, Black Indian, on my self-title? And lastly, with Mad Hatter and J Mac, he put 87.9, but it was 97.9 about. I mean, that's when I said that the self-title was my least favorite album because the guy Joe was in charge of the label at the time. It's no beef against Black Indian. He was just paid to feature on the song, and he just did what anybody would have did. So I don't even know Black. I don't have any beef with him. But the guy Joe, that's a whole nother story, man. He just didn't know what he was doing, and Mad Hatter and J Mac. That's a long story, and it happened about 16, 17 years ago. To be honest with you, that's a old situation. Um, I have no hate towards either one of them. We actually used to be cool. I mean, but I will say that sometimes um, egos have an effect on relationships and how people conduct themselves as you start to ascend. The hardest thing to do is to keep your ego in check for some people. So in that regard, I will say that happened a long time ago. I'm always a person that's for the people, and it doesn't sit with me well when I see individuals who sit in positions of power or have status. It don't sit with me well when I see them disrespectful and arrogant towards the people who they consider to be down here. I have a problem with that. I don't care who you are. Plain and simple. But I'll get into that story one day. I ain't shying away from your question. It's just long, and I already been talking a long time. Um, Loomis Lestrapes Jr., my guy, Opelousas, man. With the knowledge and wisdom you have, do you feel you have to dumb yourself down? Well, I mean, the knowledge and wisdom is not mine. It comes from a higher place. I give all credit and praise to the Creator. I don't have any knowledge and wisdom. Um, I just learned from somebody who do. Do you feel you have to dumb yourself down to have a Oh no, absolutely not. Because when I have conversations, I'm just talking regular. I might be the one sounding like I'm dumb. I mean, when I immerse myself in whatever studies or whatever, when I get in that zone of writing, I go to other levels. I can't lie. But just in a regular conversation with me, I'm just a regular dude. You're not gonna be wowed by anything I say intellectually in the regular conversation. Be talking crazy just like everybody else. Thank you, my brother. Dean TV say, did you ever watch Paul Bosch's Houston wrestling show, Wrestling Spectacular, or any wrestling for that matter? If so, who your top 3 favorite wrestlers? Bro, man, if you live in Houston and you are of a certain age and you don't know about Paul Bosch, the Mr. Norman commercials, then you can't claim that you know the city like that. Sam Houston Coliseum, man, you already know. See, you know what it is, man. My favorite 3 wrestlers, man, Junkyard Dog, Ric Flair, one more, third one, Junkyard Dog, Ric Flair, man, and probably Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah, them probably my favorite 3 right there. Ric Flair, that's my dude though. Now that you're older, when you look back on the song Cartoon Orgy, how do you feel? Man, I hate that song. I ain't gonna lie. Um, Never use name on the internet. Says, what do I gotta do to get the collab we done together to be posted on your YouTube? I got to remember what the collab was, but I don't know. He asked me about the Eminem thing, and I already answered that. Um, he said, what are your thoughts about what side of the fence he sits on? I mean, well, I guess he made the song about Trump. He went in pretty hard on Trump. So obviously, or apparently, he's definitely not an advocate of President Trump, and he's expressed some strong views in that regard. But I cannot definitively say what side of the fence he sits on because I don't know definitively. I have no idea. Sam Mack. Uh, how many songs have you knocked out in one night? You talking about writing or recording? If you talking about recording, I've done a bunch of songs in one night. But writing wise, I've probably written 3 songs in a night before, or within a day, just from a 24-hour period, just writing all day. 3 songs, full songs, not verses. I'm gonna skip through some of these. Okay. Sam says, this might sound silly. It was a topic between me and my homie, but that vicious bark or growl you used to do at the end of certain tracks, where did it go? Got to bring that back. I mean, I can't take credit for that, Sam, because that's not mine. That's Melly Mel. I grew up listening to Grandmaster Flash and Curtis Blow, and at the end of the song, they hit that thing, man. And I was young, but I love that. So I always had it in my mind that whenever I got into the game, I was gonna hit that 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 was my thing. So I might bring it back. But shout out to the OG Grandmaster Melly Mel, because that's where I got that from. Let me see. Let's keep going. I saw some the other day that I wanted to touch on. Charles Walker says, I've heard you mention you never smoke weed or use drugs, but in songs like Conception of Concept, you're going into a meditative trance. Yeah, because the mind that exists in your mind as it is, you don't have to use an outside substance to reach that place. That place is already here. It already exists in your mind. Dopamine already exists. It's already something that exists in your brain. So I can reach a state of euphoria just through natural processes, just through this digging into my own mind, going into the deepest regions of my own brain and pulling that out. But you got to challenge yourself. I don't need to any type of enhancement to do that. Let's go. Let's go. The Cruel Gamer 83 says, what's going on with Brain Dead? Is he coming out with any solos soon? I don't know. I don't see Dead and talk to him as much as I used to. That's my guy though for life. I don't think he's doing no music, but he was definitely one of the dopest lyricists we have in the clique. So you know. Might get him to dust the mic off again one day. You never know. Machiavellic Illuminati. That's my boy, man. He gonna either put Baytown, Texas, or 777. Born with 3 sevens in your head. Shout out to the homie Machiavellic Illuminati, man. He put his signature down. Um, J. Cass says, do you own any albums by other MCs? Yeah, but just old school stuff. You know, old school stuff. Are you still mad at the Texans for not drafting Vince? Yeah, I'm still mad at that because I'm just of the opinion I think Vince would have been good down here. And based on the quarterbacks we've never had a really, really standout quarterback for the Texans. Matt Schaub. If Matt Schaub is the best quarterback in your franchise history, and you've been around 15, 16 years, that's not good. But Deshaun gonna be that dude. Alright. Are you familiar with gematria, the ancient Hebrew practice of coding letters into numbers? I've heard of it, but I am not familiar with the process of it. Maybe I need to check it out. Let's see what's going on. That question came from GMB Marley King. Let's see. Adaya Israel, what are your thoughts on black people? He put black people being the true children of Israel. I mean, I'm in 1,000% agreement with that. Of course, black people are the true children of Israel. We have been hit over the head with a lie by individuals who, as the scriptures say, they claim to be Jews, but they are not the real Jews. So we know that as black people being the original inhabitants of the earth in all of those regions that are being occupied, we occupied those regions. We spoke Hebrew. We spoke all of the ancient languages. So of course black people are the true children of Israel. And a lot of Hebrew Israelites hit me up, and that's their main point of emphasis, as if, I mean, y'all be shortchanging the minister, man. Y'all be shortchanging. The minister and Elijah Muhammad been teaching us this, man. Now we definitely may disagree on certain other points, but we've been getting taught this, bro. So we can we agree. We do agree. Plain and simple, we agree on that point.